Hi there, this is Sarah Fish again. I'm doing my Domain 5 YouTube capture upload. I've decided for time management purposes that I'm not going to write this down as a document. I'm actually just going to verbally talk you through what my artifacts are showing on the practicum page. So for evidence-based assessment, the competency gather, analyse and appropriately use assessment information which has been gathered formally or informally, and the indicators I've used to show my development, collecting and documenting appropriate data for accepted referrals and basing decision-making, support and advice on the data, and the second indicator using assessment information to give regular and ongoing feedback to guide and support further learning. With the first indicator, my first artefact had in mind the goal of maintaining and record keeping of a current case file, collecting and documenting appropriate data for accepted referrals. Artifact 1 is my reflection, detailing how the case sharing opportunity came about and its success in supporting my decisions made on the case using the dynamic ecological analysis model, which I had the opportunity to sit in on the block course, on the Massey block course this year, and completed a Prezi presentation after listening to this presentation by Ian Lynn and his RTLB team, and that's demonstrated in Artifact 4 as well. Artifact 3 is my professional reading with the Kariranga article that again young Lim and his team delivered, and it also enhanced and brought together the Prezi presentation and the readings, and it brought all that professional knowledge and research together, which then allowed me to, in Artifact 2, it's a photograph detailing the collaborative action plan process and how I empower the stakeholders, the team of which are there, the parents, the teacher, the SENCO and myself, if the TA is present as well, to all come together. And by using this dynamic ecological analysis model that I'd done a lot of reading on and a lot of observing of, I used that ethos in my decision making and how to empower the stakeholders to put their contribution in. And the photo demonstrates the strengths, the weaknesses and the goals that we forward predict in the collaborative action plan stage of our RTLB case management model. And DEA really brought together and exemplified how all the stakeholders have an important part to play. So it was really a powerful collaborative action plan meeting. Indicator 2 is using assessment information to give regular and ongoing feedback to guide and support further learning. And in this case, Artifact 1 demonstrates the PD that I was required to deliver for the STEPS intervention within my liaison role. And through the STEPS cluster-wide project and initiative that our cluster took on board, we put the project out to 72 schools in the North Shore area, and most came on board. The artifact just details how, in this particular case, I engaged in the communication processes to enable the project to succeed. Artifact 2 conveys the STEPS pre and post data that, again, because the indicator is how the assessment information guided my feedback and my collaboration with SENCO and providing ongoing feedback to my liaison schools. I was able to use this assessment data in a positive manner, and at the liaison meeting it refined and sort of gave us opportunity to see what the data was showing us and what was being successful. And the professional dialogue that the SENCO and I engaged in is reflective of what the data showed us. Artifact 3 evidenced the feedback provided from the SENCO, the one in which I'd had the professional dialogue with, discussing the overall impact of the project, which, as the artefact shows on the outcomes section, talks about the expected intervention, achieved, identified goals. And so the SENCO was very pleased of the impact of the intervention, as was I. Overall, I gained a huge sense of accomplishment in reflecting on the what I'd undertook with this evidence-based assessment domain, and of the role that I'd had to play in it, that it had been a powerful role, but I hadn't realised the extent of it until I received the questionnaire feedback from the SENCO. I believe that a strength of mine is in the ability and my belief of the relationship building that's needed, and engaging the trust and the professional relationship that's you're required to engage in as an RTLB with your SENCO staff and all those involved who are going to play a part in the intervention. And if I think for future learning, whatever it's in this particular context has just empowered and held true my belief that the key to all of this is building relationships, and I believe that it will serve me very well in my future interactions with educators. This was the completion of Domain 5 and my reflection. Thank you for listening.